Let's hope this doesn't get messy.
This is where it begins, Captain. This is where the frontier pushes back. What the hell is this?
I know why you're here. Why we are all here.
Okay, let's never do that again.
This movie is what the Star Trek reboot franchise should have started with. A big, bold movie that strips Star Trek down to its base components, characters and philosophy. Now, if you are wondering why the computer voice, well, this is a Star Trek movie, and I miss the talking Star Trek computers. Not that weird thing from Star Trek Into Darkness, the real deal. I know that Ms. Roddenberry passed away, may she rest in peace. But come on JJ, you could have done better than whatever this was. Anyway, Star Trek Beyond. To put it simply, after the embarrassing tire fire that was Star Trek Into Darkness and the tonally inappropriate first trailer for Beyond, I went into this movie with very low expectations. But almost from the word go I was hooked by this film. The movie opens with our mythic sci-fi characters as they have been living in deep space exploring the galaxy for about 3 years. Which makes this whole movie feel like it could almost be slipped into the original series, which is beautiful. The beauty continued though when the Enterprise docks at a space station that feels like the Death Star if it was built by nice people. This station, Yorktown, is the perfect embodiment of everything that Star Trek is about. Optimism, unity, the wide berth of human potential. Take notes Brad Bird, because these are the things that Tomorrowland could have been about, if you had taken more than 5 minutes to write your script. Anyway, after we're allowed to marvel at Yorktown for a nice little bit, the Enterprise gets sent out on a mission that goes south, destroying the Enterprise like in the trailer, and separating the crew across an alien world with Idris Elba stalking them. So that's where the awesome character dynamics come from. Small groups of our lovable crew working together against a scary bad guy. And the philosophy comes from why the scary guy is bad. He hates the idea of Starfleet, of unification.
Unity is not your strength, it is your weakness.
He doesn't like what the Federation is doing to the galaxy, making this a battle of ideologies instead of destruction. Yeah, there are lots of explosions and lasers shot all over the place, but there's meaning behind the lasers. They are being shot to defend certain viewpoints and concepts, making them infinitely more interesting and engaging than anything in the last 2 Trek films. I only wish the fighting itself was less shitty. As much as I love the ideas of this movie, its true respect for the things that made Star Trek, its ability to get me emotionally invested, and the beautiful moments of silence it gives to our absent friends. The action scenes in this movie are pathetic, or at least the hand-to-hand combat was. Anything in space was awesome. Beyond awesome, but any fighting on the ground or in halls of a ship were edited into nonsense and the shots shake like the camera was being held by a chihuahua having a seizure. I cannot think of a single cool kick, punch, grab, staff swing, or phaser shot from this movie, because I couldn't see any of it. I know the world loves the Jason Bourne movies, but I kind of hate them, even though the movies themselves aren't that bad. The way they use shaky camera techniques has all but ruined action movies, and I will never forgive the Bourne franchise for it, as unfair as that might be. Anyway, the 75% of Star Trek Beyond that wasn't terribly shot action is incredible. It really was. For God's sakes, this movie does away with the Spock-Uhura relationship in the first 5 minutes. For that alone this movie is amazing. But goddamn most of the action scenes are absolute bullshit. One day, the shaky cam craze will die a horrible death and we will never see it again. And movies will forever be the better because of it. But until then, Star Trek Beyond is one of the best movies of the year so far, in spite of its poor choices regarding camera work, which, considering how bad the camera work is, speaks volumes of this film's overall quality. So go see it.